You know, I hear of more and more people that are denouncing Christianity. And I look at that because they have lost faith in it. They have lost faith in churches because churches aren't addressing social issues and they're not looking at something and saying, this is completely wrong and this is where the Bible says this is right. They're not denouncing it. They're losing faith in their spiritual leaders or their pastors because, face it, there's been some big pastors and leaders out there that have fallen and they've sinned and they've fallen, and it's going to happen because they're human and the devil's after them. Believe me, he's really after them that are leading others to Christ. And so they're walking away because their leaders have fallen. They've fallen into the trap of denominations, rules, and regulations. And there's these rules that some will have that you have to play by them or you're not going to get into heaven. They've fallen into these traps. And it's not about the religion. It's about the relationship each one has with God. And it's about the foundation we build that relationship on. And I want to talk to you about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. You know, back in the days of Moses, we read back in Exodus, we see where he led the people out of Egypt. He led the Israelites out of Egypt. The Israelites saw what God can do. They feared him because they saw the plagues and stuff that he brought on Pharaoh. And Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. But they depended too much on Moses. And over in Exodus 32:1, it says, now when the people saw that Moses delayed coming down from the mountain, this is when he went to get the 10 Commandments, the people gathered together to Aaron, which was Moses' brother, who he left in charge, and said to him, come make us gods that shall go before us. As for this Moses, the man who brought us up and out of the land of Egypt, we do not know where or what has become of him. Now see, there's a problem with this because they said, look at Moses who brought us out of Egypt. God brought them out of Egypt. God was leading Moses. Moses brought the people out of Egypt. They followed him out, but it was God that let them out. So they're looking to Moses as their God. And all of a sudden he was gone. So they wanted some idols to worship because of it. We can't build our faith on a foundation of another person. Each of us has to need our own personal relationship with Jesus. The Lord needs to be number one in your life and in my life. Over in Matthew 7:24 and 25, it says, therefore, anyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. We have to put our foundation on the rock, and the rock is Jesus. You know, Dottie Rambo wrote a song back in the 70s. I was privileged to work with her and produce her TV show for a couple of years. And she wrote a song called I Go to the Rock. And I love the chorus where it says, I go to the rock for my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. The cornerstone was the rock. They rejected him. I run to the mountain and the mountain stands by me. When the earth all around me is sinking sand, on Christ the solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, when I need a friend, I go to the rock. Make sure Jesus is your rock today. Make sure he's your foundation. If he's not, get it right with him. Everything else is sinking sand, but he'll be your rock. God bless everyone. Look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.